In this video, I will focus on a very important test level. User acceptance testing, or in short UAT, also known as application testing, end-user testing, or acceptability testing, is typically the final phase in the software development lifecycle. It acts as a last quality check, performed after internal QA testing and before the product's release. In UAT, you gather a group of your target user audience to test, validate, and interact with your software in a real-world scenario. The goal is to see if everything is working as expected and record and correct any bugs. After testing is complete, all findings are forwarded to the development team to make any final changes before deployment. The scope and test focus of the user acceptance vary from project to project. I will outline some of a lot of key questions you may consider during UAT, including how intuitive is the delivered feature set? How correct are the requirements for the feature set? What scenarios do users execute? Did they pass this level of exploratory testing? Again, these are just some examples to inspire you on what questions should be answered whilst UAT testing. UAT also presents another set of business benefits, such as increased transparency with users and a fresh perspective for the testing team, which is now able to work with real cases and data. UAT is essential for ensuring user satisfaction and meeting business requirements. It safeguards against releasing faulty or unfinished software, helping to protect your company's reputation. Who participates in UAT? There are a couple of different roles involved in UAT, demanding a strong level of collaboration between the groups planning and managing the tests, and those executing it. Internal functional experts oversee the planning and managing of UAT cycles. Their responsibilities include creating the test plan, setting up the testing environment, writing test cases, and interpreting the results. This team typically consists of the product owner, business analysts, QA professionals, and the development team. However, team composition may vary depending on the organization's structure. On the other hand, those responsible for performing the UAT are the software's end users from your target audience. They are the ones who know exactly how it will be used in their daily operations and what changes need to be made for it to be the most suitable. In agile environments, when teams can't interact with external users, the product owner is also in charge of the testing. UAT Prerequisites and Checklist. Before conducting your user acceptance testing, there are some important prerequisites you must ensure to smoothly advance to this last phase of software testing. Use the following checklist to verify UAT readiness. Ensure that known bugs and defects have been addressed and retested. Provide the testing team with complete business requirements. Verify that the feature set is fully developed. Complete system, integration, and unit testing ensuring no high or medium defects remain. Complete regression testing to confirm that recent changes haven't negatively impacted the software. How UAT is done, step-by-step guide and template. Let's walk through the steps to performing user acceptance testing. Step 1. Define the scope and objectives. Create your UAT test plan, outlining the testing strategy, scope, schedule, resources, and entry and exit criteria. Also, take this moment to define your workflows and expected team behaviors. As part of this step, also create your business requirements document, or BRD. A BRD helps direct the project and keeps everyone on the same page. In an agile context, however, teams often go straight to creating user stories as their requirements artifacts. Step 2. Design and create test cases. Encourage end users to conduct exploratory testing. Using high-level charters outlining key goals and expectations, they should perform typical tasks using the new features. This approach covers realistic outcomes of the user experience and potential issues, determining whether the product meets the agreed-upon requirements. Step 3. Set up test environment. Prepare the UAT environment with the necessary hardware, software, and data. Ensure that it closely mimics the production environment, allowing you to identify potential issues that could occur in the real world. This way you can be more confident about the accuracy of your test results, minimizing failures after deployment. Step 4. Select the testing team. The development team can decide whether to rely only on a few targeted end users or to offer a free trial to a higher number of users. Either way, the selected testers should have knowledge of the software and how to detect and report issues. Remember to instruct participants on your processes, teaching them how to correctly perform the tasks, fill in test scenario forms, and provide feedback. Step 5. Execute the tests. Here is when the end users begin testing the software, logging any potential bugs or other issues. They should verify that the application works as expected, meets business requirements, and aligns with user needs. Step 6. Report and track defects. Record all bugs in detail in the tracker of your choice, with notes on how to reproduce the errors that led to them. This is why it's important to set up a clear process for defect reporting, including the format, severity, and steps to reproduce. It helps to be actionable and specific with your instructions. You can even include a defect triage process with the UAT testers. This ensures clarity on the issues and helps confirm the level of severity or priority for any fixes. The development team adjusts the code based on test results, resolving any bugs and making suggested changes. Then the software is retested to confirm the resolution. Step 8. Regression testing. Conduct regression testing to ensure that the fixes or changes made haven't introduced new issues. It is worth retesting previously validated functionalities to ensure they remain unaffected. Step 9. Check exit criteria and sign off. Once the software meets users' criteria, the internal testing team signs off on the changes for production release. To help streamline this part of the process, specify who has the authority to provide the sign-off for production release based on the UAT results, so that no unnecessary time is wasted. Step 10. Document everything. Test documentation is essential. Be sure to document all user acceptance testing results, including test cases, defects, resolutions, and any additional feedback. Maintain this UAT documentation for future reference and auditing purposes. Types of UAT. Here are some different types of user acceptance testing, along with practical tips on when and how to apply them effectively. Alpha testing, beta testing, black box testing, operational acceptance testing, OAT, contract acceptance testing, and regulation acceptance testing. Now, I will show you some real-world examples of UAT. Exploring practical applications of user acceptance testing in different industries can be very beneficial. You can better understand how selecting the right end-user testing group is crucial, and gain a clearer picture of some of the bugs that can be found at this stage. First example, banking mobile app upgrade. A large bank plans to upgrade its mobile banking app to introduce new features, like facial recognition for authentication and improved transaction history filters. As a target audience, a selected group of actual customers build the test teams. Test executions focus on common client tasks, like logging in with face recognition, transferring money, and reviewing past transactions. Within the UAT, most bugs and defects are found, like difficulty logging in with facial recognition under low light conditions or transaction history filters not functioning as expected. Second example, healthcare system implementation. A hospital is implementing a new patient management system to streamline scheduling, billing, and medical record access. The target audience is a diverse group of nurses, doctors, and administrative staff. The test executions focus on simulating daily tasks, such as scheduling appointments, retrieving patient records, and generating bills. Within UAT, most issues are found in the scheduling module not aligning with the hospital's specific scheduling needs, or medical terms are missing in the patient records section. Choosing the right tools for user acceptance testing can significantly impact your results. Here are a few tools to consider. Test case management helps you create, organize, and manage test cases. Here are a few tools to consider. Test case management helps you create, organize, and manage test cases. A test management tool allows teams to document all the test cases they plan to execute, assign them to different testers, and track their progress and results. For instance, TestRail and X-Ray integrate seamlessly with your entire QA tech stack, offering detailed analytics and customizable reports to monitor testing progress. The tools have an intuitive interface and support collaboration across teams, making it easier to manage large-scale testing efforts. Effortlessly manage everything from individual test runs to establishing a test case approval process. Leverage your team's collective expertise and ensure your team knows what to work on and when. Bug and issue tracking ensures that defects discovered during the testing process are logged, prioritized, and resolved. Bug and issue tracking tools should integrate with project and test management systems to keep the development and QA teams informed and accountable. One of the most popular tools for this is Jira, offering powerful tracking capabilities with real-time updates and customizable workflows. It seamlessly integrates with test management tools like, for example, X-Ray or TestRail, keeping development and QA teams aligned while offering detailed reporting to monitor issue resolution progress. With TestRail's Jira integration, you can link test cases to user stories, epics, or any other kind of Jira issue to clarify exactly which requirement is being tested. X-Ray is a test management plugin for Jira. Therefore, all bug, requirement, and test data are managed in the same database and project that are linked together. User feedback gathering tools enable users to provide feedback during UAT, either through surveys or by recording their interactions directly with the tool. These tools help teams understand how real end users evaluate the developed software and whether it meets their expectations. A good example is user testing. Its platform enables deeper analysis of user behavior by providing real-time video feedback on how users interact with your software. This helps teams identify usability issues and make data-driven decisions for improvements. User acceptance testing top challenges. Although UAT is important for your software launch's success, it does not come without its challenges. If you don't pay close attention to how you conduct your testing process, your results may not be as satisfactory. Here are some of the top challenges testing teams face. There is not enough internal QA. Development teams can save themselves a lot of time by eliminating bugs beforehand, rather than leaving them for the UAT phase. Poor test planning. Because UAT is the last stage of the software development lifecycle, any delays in previous stages mean less time and more pressure to complete this stage faster. Poor UAT documentation, a lack of scope, defined objectives, or solid test planning will cause issues during testing, as testers often won't know how to proceed, and developers won't have enough information to correct defects. Bad choice of UAT users. UAT testers should be properly trained in your tools and processes, otherwise they may not know how to correctly submit bugs and reports. UAT best practices. Every software development team is always striving for more agile and streamlined tests. Learning how to optimize your processes can bring excellent, more trustworthy, and stress-free results. Here are some best practices for maximizing the impact of user acceptance testing. Invest in gathering information. Collecting the right data before planning your tests is crucial. Ensure that all necessary information is gathered, including the process being tested, the actions for each test, and the guidelines for selecting test data. Properly identify and brief the target audience. Select UAT users who understand what to look for and how to provide valuable feedback. Ensure they are fully briefed on the business objectives and what the testing aims to uncover. Understand the project scope. Clearly define and document your goals, focusing on what is critical for test success. During UAT, refer to this document to ensure all key pain points have been addressed. Design workflows. Map out the testing process, assign tasks, and set a timeline to ensure everyone is aligned with responsibilities and deliverables. Ensure flawless communication. Cross-team communication is the key to any project's success. When dealing with testers and developers, maintaining good balance and communication is essential. Focus on guaranteeing proper documentation, progress reporting, and defect management. Pre-organize feedback. A good tip is to pre-categorize the feedback you receive from your testers into two categories: instant action and discussion. This way, the development team will better understand priority levels and whether an issue can be quickly resolved or needs to be evaluated by the whole team. Value security. Protect your software by ensuring that only authorized users have access, minimizing the risk of information leaks and cyber attacks. Implement strong password policies, enforce multi-factor authentication, and regularly update access permissions to maintain a secure environment. Document all steps. Detailed documentation is essential for tracking progress and ensuring clarity throughout the testing process. Keep records of what has been fixed, what tasks are currently underway, and what areas still need attention. This ongoing documentation supports better communication and helps streamline future updates and troubleshooting. So that wraps it up. Let me summarize the UAT topic for you. User acceptance testing is the final step of your software development cycle, where your real end user confirms that your product works the way it's intended to. By ensuring that your solution meets both user and business requirement safeguards, you can avoid product defects and impacts on end users. The more familiar you become with UAT, the more prepared you will be to conduct these tests, learning how to leverage best practices and overcome challenges. And as always, if you have any questions, please ask us and leave a comment here. Happy testing.